everyone. So I'm doing my spotlight presentation on Brian Williams. He is the NBC reporter. He's been with NBC since the 1990s. He originally started doing broadcast reporting in the 80s, and he's just moved forward since then. So a little bit of background about him. He has been with NBC, like I said, since 1993. In 2007, Time Magazine nominated him as one of the most influential people of that year. And then during the time that he's been a reporter, he's been reporting since the 1980s. He's won 12 different awards for his broadcast journalism. Recently, as of 2014, he was on a $10 million a year contract for 5 years. Which is huge. I mean, to be a reporter and making that much money per year is awesome. So there was some controversy that happened with Brian Williams in January. He had been reporting a story since 2003 that he had been in a helicopter that had a rocket-propelled grenade, which is an RPG, propelled at his helicopter, and that he had basically dodged it and was saying that it was a very serious situation. He recently, on the 30th of January, he reported that he was forced down after being hit with the RPG, but within the different years that he's been reporting that story, he has changed it various times, saying that sometimes that he was hit by the rocket, sometimes he was saying that he was in a helicopter that was behind the rocket and that he witnessed the whole incident. So these are just the different quotes that he has said about his experience during those years. On February 4th, after he reported his story most recently, there was a huge outcry about his misrepresentation of facts. The truth is that he had been in a helicopter that was behind they call it a Chinook, it's like a military helicopter. So he had been behind the helicopter, and the helicopter he was in front of was the one that actually got shot down, and they had to land safely. But Brian Williams was in a helicopter that didn't arrive till 30 minutes to an hour after that incident. So a lot of veterans and military members were, outraged because he had been lying about this story for years on NBC. So after this happened, on February 4th, he announced an apology saying that he did not mean to misrepresent the facts, that there was just a confusion as far as what he really meant to happen. Even other reporters were kind of outraged by his misrepresentation. A Fox reporter, stated that the admission raises serious questions about his credibility in a business that values equality above all else. Which really, that's what news reporting is. You have to be clear, credible, give all the real details about what in an incident happened, or what happened in an incident. So the fact that he did that really changed the outlook of him. Previously to this, he had been known as one of the most honorable and most credible journalists of his time. So after this incident on February 10th, on the 4th, he issued an apology on NBC Nightly. So he actually did the apology during his regular broadcasting, and it came off unauthentic. So because of the fact that he had, he didn't take the time to step away from his presentation, from his reporting. He just did it right on the news show that he normally reports. Making it seem like it was just a regular story rather than an actual heartfelt apology. It was such an outcry that people created a hashtag that started trending that was Brian Williams misremembers, and they started posting all these different things about him, about how he's not reporting things differently and just different incidents that had occurred with him. So different ways that he could have resolved this would have been just to take ownership of his problem, which he did. I mean, a few days after the incident, he did do the public apology. He also was proactive. He didn't wait months and months at a time to issue the apology. It was just within a week later. He shouldn't have made any assumptions about what people already know, because he just assumed that no one was ever going to catch him with his misrepresentation of the real facts. and he should have just stayed honest to the public, not, you know, misleading or embellishing stories just to make him look like a real hero. So I did also include the apology here that we can view later, but thank you.